Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu ala rasulullah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. So the Mawlid of our beloved, the best of creation, alayhi salatu wassalam, is worse than the way of the rainbow people, Zina, drinking alcohol, pretty much all sins, right? Because this, major sins and minor sins, all sins. Why? Because this is a bid'ah, right? Bid'ah takes precedence with regards to how bad something is in Islam, right? There's like things like shirk, bid'ah, which our Salafi friends, they champion in everything. Like they have like this paranoia, the shirk phobia, if you will. In bid'ah phobia, they fear that they're going to fall into shirk and bid'ah all the time, and they accuse their Muslim brothers and sisters of these things all the time. Okay, so so again, the majority of the scholars, right, since the Mawlid that we know today was introduced, quote unquote introduced, right, and we mentioned that this is a bid'ah hasana. This is definitely something praiseworthy, and the majority of the scholars since the time it's been introduced until now have allowed it, right? So there's, and for the sake of argument, if you say there's khilaf, maybe one or two scholars here and there, Sunni scholars, they didn't allow it. Then okay, let's just say there's khilaf. If you're not for it, no problem. But again, the problem is what we mentioned before is taking a minor and or shadh or irregular opinion and forcing it on others. This is not the way of the Sunni Muslims, right? We respect khilaf, right? But this group, this really small group that's dividing into other groups all the time, and they're dying out slowly, alhamdulillah. They have this problem. They have this problem where they'll go again and again. With them, the four schools aren't approved. If the four schools agreed, it's not approved. But if there was, and this this ijma', which obviously Shawkani denied in a San'ani and so on, but it doesn't matter what they say anyway. But this theoretical ijma', if there was, then it would be something to the effect of Al-Albani, Ibn Uthaymeen, Ibn Baz agreeing, right? But even then, we're not going to say it's a total ijma', but if there was an ijma', hypothetically, then that would be our ijma'. This is absolute nonsense. It is silly, right? It's something that can never be respected. We have the four schools of fiqh, which have been agreed upon for over 1,000 years. The work has been done on it. And the four schools get get criticized, blind following. You follow them in fiqh, and you reject their way in aqidah. All this nonsense that we've heard for years. Okay, so again, the majority of the scholars, they've allowed the Mawlid, right? And but what is the Mawlid? What we spoke about this many times. The Mawlid is reciting Quran. It's doing dhikr. It's sending salawat, alayhi salatu wassalam. It is reciting the nasheed, and the qasaid, and the obviously like the burud and the hamziyya and so on. It's reading shama'il, reading something of the seerah. It's a good word. It's food. Why are these things being criticized? Not only are they criticized, again, if we said there's khilaf, okay, no problem. Say it's haram and keep it going. You're not going to force that on the majority. But no, they go further and they say, no, what they're doing, this Mawlid, is actually worse than drinking alcohol. It's worse than the shudud people, the rainbow people. It's worse than zina, all these major sins. It's actually worse than that. All right, so this is what we're up against, my brothers and sisters. That look at their way of thinking. right? It's a way, it's against the Sunni way, the way of Ahlu Sunnah wal Jama'ah, which they tried to hijack by calling themselves a Sunni. Definitely not Sunni, right? Ahl al-Qibla at best, right? There's three groups. There's a Sunni, Ahl al-Qibla or Kuffar. They are Ahl al-Qibla at best, and we don't make takfir, ikhwan. My brothers and sisters, we don't make takfir like they do. They want a reason to make takfir. Well, if they understood their way, but many of these people, they don't even know the way of Ibn Abdul Wahhab, and in this, this way, this 250-year way, this bid'ah way of Qarn al-Shaytan, they don't understand it with the 10 nullifiers of Islam and so on, Usul al-Thalatha, Qawaid al-Arba'a. They don't understand it, right? But we know their way better than they know their way, right? And we can teach them their way if they want. Right, so again, they need to stop with this propaganda. Alhamdulillah, every day it seems someone from their way is coming to the Sunni way, right? Their way is dying out slowly, alhamdulillah. They don't have the oil money like before, right? So, Salafis, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? You're going, even like Imam Ibn Hajar, Imam al-Nawawi, allowing the Mawlid, that should be enough for you not to want to criticize, right? As-Suyuti, all these great imams, have some respect, right? When you're equating to reciting Quran and reading Shama'il and Seerah and things like that to some, being worse, being worse than doing these major sins, right? When the scholars have said this is permissible, if not, it's mustahab generally. To honor the Prophet ﷺ, to remember the Prophet ﷺ, and we don't limit it to one day or 1 month or anything. Like we do it throughout the year anyway. So fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Salafis, come back to the tradition, to the true Sunni way. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide you all and guide us, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.